I'm ready.
Boom. So the the intro video is over, and there is now webcam, and you're now joined by myself and Marconius, and there's my new character, Laz's Beard, on stream.
Hooray!
Yes, yes.
So that's what happened to Beard. It went to Eve.
It was ported into the game. Yeah, had to buy it from the next store. But yeah, guys, so welcome to Eve. For a lot of you guys that are new players, if you have any questions, make sure you ask them. I am actually on the channel account, not my own account, so you can tag me here. You can include my name if you have questions, and we will read them out. And all today is about, and every Tuesday going forward, is about new players and getting new players into the game, teaching them, answering questions, stuff like that. So if you have questions, ask them. If you don't ask them, please. I don't want to hear you bitching. And that's how it's going to be, guys. So if you don't ask them and you're going to be shy, then we can't help you solve your issues.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right. So, guys, new character, day one. I haven't done this part of the game for about 8 years now. It was like the last time I created a new character, and I'm going to abuse my powers real quick and send out a broadcast.
Uh-oh. So, yeah, so how long was it since you've done this whole newbie thing, Laz?
8 years. 8 years is taken me since
I
I last created a character.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Did they even have a newbie experience when you started?
Yeah. That image of the cliff and people falling off, that was the newbie experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here's a gun and some bullets. Some people get
parachutes, or was it just like no dice?
No, there was like a little bit, but if you didn't have someone who literally knew how to play the game already, you were just kind of up shit creek.
Wow. So this was even before like the old tutorial system, like the one that is still sort of in place now, but they've added some updates with it with the new opportunities.
Yeah, this MPE stuff was non-existent whenever this was going on. Like yeah. I've been playing the game for I think roughly 12 years now, and the last new character I made was 8 years ago, which I completely skipped all the new player stuff at that point as well.
Right. Wow. Well, it's changed quite a lot even since I've been playing. I mean, I've only been playing for like 2 years, and I mean, I had like the new player experience and everything, and it was really cool, but I don't really feel like it set me up very well to like succeed in Eve. Like it was kind of just a series of like go to A, go to B, go to C, come back, read this mission, go do that. And if you didn't read the mission text really carefully, you were kind of, out of luck. And I could see how that could get really frustrating for people.
Yeah, I would be really bad at that, because like even when I played WoW and stuff, I downloaded an add-on just to skip all the quest text.
Right, and now that's built into the game now. So like stuff like WoW and like Star Wars: The Old Republic and stuff, and a lot of other MMOs, like the newbie, like they basically just build the UI that almost walks you through it on autopilot. So
yeah.
I mean, there's very, very little handrails in Eve, and it's nice that they sort of are trying to really focus on them at this point, a decade into it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I know that they talked a lot about it at FanFest, so...
Yeah, well, CCPRI is definitely putting a lot of effort into it, and he's a longtime Eve player. He focused on a lot of solo and small-scale stuff, and he's looking to increase the user experience. And I've heard a lot of good things about the MPE stuff, and we're going to try and dig into it and see how bad I am at doing the new player stuff.
Yeah, so you ready to go? Are you in the game yet? I see you.
I'm logged into the game, but I'm just sitting here staring at myself.
Nice.
My character portrait that kind of
Well, you should
looks
go
like
and
me,
do some missions.
but then I can't look at my character portrait.
I know.
I mean,
Do
look
you
at
have the ship?
It
do you
looks
have,
similar
oh,
to
wait,
myself. I mean,
really important question. Do you have the ship spin counter set up yet?
you have to actually turn that on. I thought it turned on automatically.
Yeah, you have to go through and turn that on somewhere.
I don't think so. There's no way. No, you don't. It's automatically on. You have to spin it enough to where it actually, like, it's like above 10. Once you hit 10 is when it actually starts counting. Like it goes
Really?
10, 11. Yeah. So spin 10 times, and then once it says it hits 10, it starts. This is most important thing that you guys will learn right now is at the bottom of the screen. You'll see the counter.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know this. I just I saw it appear sometimes, and I would be like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, no, that's what I noticed the other day when I was about to lead a fleet. I was like just randomly looking at my ship, and I noticed that the ship spins counter was there. 1010 TV.
So that's it. That's the show. I hope you enjoyed ship spinning.
All right, guys, that's it for the newbie experience today.
Hey, well, I think you should try to read that mission that Aura is trying to give you, and try to go and do what it says.
All right, so welcome to your new life, pilot. I am Aura, an instructional AI who will institutionalized AI who will teach you the basics of survival in New Eden. It can be a dangerous world, so I suggest you follow my lead for the time being. Let's see. I will get my first starship. That's pretty sweet. Weapons and defensive modules, a brand new skill to train, and funds to start you off. She's going to make me rich.
That sounds exciting.
I know.
I bet you're not used to people telling you what to do.
You kidding me? If I was starting, if I wasn't like forcing myself to go through the newbie experience, I just kind of skip this. So this is, I've never seen any of this. This is all the first time that I'm seeing this, guys. So if it's slow and cumbersome, it's because I'm actually having to read it all.
It is going to be cumbersome.
Cumbersome.
For sure.
Cumbersome.
So, yeah.
Capsuleer confidence.
You can do it. All right. So now that you get in your ship, because you start out and you're just in your capsule, you have to hit that yellow button in the upper right-hand corner. I think that panel has a name, Laz, but I don't know what it's called.
Which one? The panel on the left?
I mean the panel on the right. Sorry, I don't know my left and my right.
Wait, which panel? I have no idea what panel we're talking about. You're going too fast.
Sorry. So Laz, the panel on the right-hand side of the screen, there's a yellow button that says Undock.
Oh yeah.
I think you're supposed to push that one.
I'm not to that yet. I'm still.
So that's
I'm
called
still
your
on how
station. I think that's called your station services panel because that's the one that gives you access to all your station services.
I do believe that it's called the station services.
Yes, actually, it says there on the panel station services.
Yeah. So. Yes, someone just called. It's not a newbie stream. It's the new beard stream. So everyone now required to start growing their beards after watching stream. All right. So how to use Rookie Help and other chat channels. Rookie Help channel is actually really useful because typically there's a lot of people sitting in there that are willing to help you and not troll you. If you also have issues, you can message people outside of the game and like Reddit and Tweet Fleet, Slack, and stuff like that. I did not go to the gym today. I went to the gym yesterday and the day before. I'm trying to get to 4 to 5 days per week, so that's what we're working on.
I like CTU's Bowers makes a really good point that the yellow button is also what you push if you're in N3. That's where the button to undock is.
Where's my? I don't have the spin zone graphic loaded on this scene.
Oh no!
I need it. Hold on,
Yeah.
I can switch scenes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Somebody...
New sub. It's Ninth Saint, buddy.
Snap.
I changed. It's still HypnoKitty. It's still HypnoKitty, but I changed the to the super creepy Sveeple voice.
Oh god.
It's I don't know if you have sound on, but
Is that the one that's like Sveeple?
No, this one goes, oh yeah, when it's on subs. It's pretty good.
Nice.
So, Ninth Buddy, thank you for the subscription. Everyone, TMC TV lick in the chat, since that's our only emote for now until we get new ones.
I love
All right,
it.
so Yeah, rookie help, guys. If you're starting out and you have questions, you can always ask them on Reddit. You can ask them in Tweet Fleet Slack, and the rookie help is usually a lot of help. And I think they actually have rules now where you can't actually scam in the rookie help chat, so that's pretty good.
The what are they called? ISDs? Are those like the in-game help guys?
ISDs are the player, like the player volunteers who do moderating.
Yeah, okay, well, the guys in the blue text, what are they called when they
ISD.
like call? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been really active in that rookie help channel as of late, and so if you are a genuine newbie and you're keying up for help in there, they'll probably convo you and walk you through things privately.
Oh,
they're very nice folks.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we just got a second subscriber. And that's two so far for the stream. Thank you so much for the help, and welcome to Mittens Kittens, as people have dubbed themselves. It's such a bad name, but we'll roll with it.
Well, Mittens isn't here right now, so
yeah. All right, so let's get back to this tutorial. So I have to get certified to be a pilot, I guess. My pilot certification course is starting soon. So it will now begin piloting your certification course. Start a conversation with me or through the agents section of the station panel, which it's conveniently highlighted here. Like, this is very like intuitive, where it's literally click this fucking button, you mongoloid, is what I'm getting from this giant arrow. So click.
Yep.
Click on. I can double click. And you can right click in convo, or you can double click according to that. All right, so this is the mission window. Whenever you're going to accept a mission, it'll always be in this format with the mission on the left and the objective and like kind of the TLDR on the right. So we're going to covering the basics. Follow the tutorial steps. I'll guide you to a hidden location in space, and we get a skill book out of it. I did start a Caldari character. I guess I should have let off of that. I personally, in Eve, I have zero characters that are dedicated for missiles. So I was like, hey, let's take this opportunity to create a new character, and I'm going to train it for just missile ships. So, especially with the new Tech 3 Destroyer coming out, I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Dude, that's going to be so awesome. Fires and missiles.
I'm pretty excited for a ship, for a destroyer with 6 mids. All right, so we're going to go ahead and accept this. And wait, can I complete it already? Okay, no, maybe. Oh, no. All right. Sorry.
Somebody said that it's really convincing that you're a noob, Les.
That's because I've never done this. This is all new.
I think one of the things that's kind of interesting is at least in this version of the tutorial, like it's very like RP, like there's a lot of kind of role playing that kind of goes on and stuff. So it sort of tries to immerse you into the thing, but really you just want to push buttons and fly spaceships. Yeah,
well, I mean, that's the biggest problem though when I was starting the game is I kind of skipped a lot of this tutorial anyways, even though I just started the game, and I was like flying around. I was flying around with my Ibis, and like I found this 125 millimeter railgun in a wreck on the gate, and I looted it, and I had this Ibis with this sweet 125 millimeter railgun. I was super stoked about this Ibis. Like,
secret weapon.
Yeah, it was amazing because I actually could. Like I was one-shotting the mission rats with this gun, and then the very next mission I did after the first mission, I lost it. I lost my Ibis with its 125 millimeter railgun, and everyone made fun of me.
You know, Ibises are pretty powerful. I think I saw on Reddit the other day, somebody did a calculation. I don't know why, but apparently if everybody on Eve was in one grid at one time, all in Ibises, it would still take you like 10 minutes or some shit to kill an iHub.
10 minutes?
If there's like 30,000 Ibises.
30,000 Ibises.
Yeah.
Mythic, you have not missed anything, buddy.
Alright, so you ready? Do you have your mission? Do you understand it?
We have our mission. We have our mission, so we can close that, I think. Let's see, next. Closing windows when you're done with them. Okay, we accepted it. Oh, so we actually skipped ahead of the tutorial, guys. I'm already failing this. Once you've accepted it, I suggest you close all windows except this one. So we can close all windows.
One of the things I got to give props to is, like, I heard that back in the day, maybe back in your day, Laz, they used to have, like, windows all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a bit of, like, window consolidation in today's current Eve client.
Yeah, it's if there's actually pictures online, like on Google and everything, of the old UI, and it's you'll literally pull your hair out, and you'd be like astounded people actually played this game with how the old UI looked. All right, so so we are undocking, guys. As it says, the big yellow button with the giant fuck off thing here says click this button to undock when you're ready. So guys, that's important. It used to be down here in the bottom, and then they moved it, and it took me about 2 years to actually get used to them moving the button. And sometimes I still go down to the bottom left-hand corner to try and click it. All right, so we're undocked, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now undocked. So
now we get to find out if you have an overview from your other account.
I do have an overview from my other account. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just reset my overview settings, and then when I go to FC later tonight, everything's going to be completely borked. But it's okay, because I'm doing this for you guys. Alright, so everything's back to normal. We're going to go ahead and expand our windows, which, guys, you should really expand your windows, because there's a lot of information that you get from the overview here. This is the most important part of the game, is the overview.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do one of these missions ahead of time because I had no idea what was going on, and I was going to try to help Laz as much as I could. But I had one of my overviews already installed, and I could not find the little mission objective to save my life. So it took me a minute to realize that it's all set up for somebody that doesn't have an overview set up the way that we do, like in nullsec PvP. So it's really good that they've arranged it the way they have. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and people are in chat right now about new players aren't going to have nullsec overviews. So, guys, if you look at the title of the stream, this is a completely new player geared, guys. We're going to try and walk through it and just kind of help people understand what they're going to be seeing whenever they get into the game. So, like I said, if you guys have any questions, ask them in chat, and we will get to them as soon as possible. Hey, Olerum, I do not headshot FCs unless sometimes I do. I can't lie. All right. So we've zoomed in and out, and we were now at the overview, which I was just kind of talking about. The overview's list style window. It shows everything in your immediate area as well as important landmarks. And what it means by landmarks is landmarks like these gates. The gates that aren't actually on the same grid as you. They're 19 or 16.9 AU away or 9.7 AU away, the different sites. And stuff like this is going to be a lot of help when you're trying to warp around, because you have the different asteroid belts, moons, everything like that. And as you get into the game, you'll be able to develop an overview, or you can actually load a pre-designed overview like I have. I use a actual in-game channel called Sarah Sala Overview, and it's updated every patch, and it's actually a really good overview that I highly recommend for people who do not want to actually dig through and set their overview settings.
Yeah, does somebody know, can you type that channel name in chat?
Yeah. It is now in chat. Sarah Shala Overview. It's actually a really, really good overview. I do make a few changes to it that suit my personal needs, but just out of the box, it's a really good overview.
Yeah, it's really important to just understand how they work. I mean, before CCP made it, so
thanks, Avalon.
Do the link and it just automatically import the overview for you. You had to go through a bit of a process for it, so you kind of ended up having to learn how to create your own overview anyway. But it is definitely worthwhile to learn all the different things and how to add stuff to your overview and take it away.
It's useful to learn eventually, but just starting off, you can, if you go to that channel in game, you can click on the links and it automatically imports everything, and then that way it's impossible to completely screw it up so bad you can't fix it, because all you have to do is reset and reload it if it gets too completely borked. So I completely recommend going and adding it and then going through and just seeing what all the settings do and seeing how you can change the different options. All right, so we're at the overview, and I'll explain some more of that as we keep playing.
Yeah, aren't you on a mission right now?
I am.
You have to get you're not allowed to be a pilot unless you get all your like paperwork squared away.
I don't have my actual pilot certification license or whatever yet, so I'm still looking to earn that. It's a work in progress. I'm not actually training a skill. Aura has not told me to train a skill yet, so I have not actually started training a skill.
It doesn't even exist yet.
Yeah. If you click on the overview entry, you'll be highlighted 6 item. So yeah. Next.
It would be kind of nice though if like you started off and you had like 10 skill books that you could go ahead and like inject right off the bat, and that could be training up.
Well, I mean, there's
like, doing your mission, but I mean,
well, now that since we're already sidetracked anyway, let's look at the skills you actually get. So I mean, well, you do have both fitting skills already. So I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't, as soon as you log in, start training either CPU or power grid management.
Yeah. But again, like if you're doing it as an actual newbie, which a lot of our newbies have to find this stuff out when they're already like 15 or 20 minutes into the game. So,
yeah.
But in that 15 or 20 minutes, you can knock out a couple of really easy, skills. So I'm saying like that might be something to consider.
Well, I think a lot of the tier 1 skills take 7 minutes, I believe, to train.
Yeah.
So I mean that's 2 skills in the first 15 minutes.
Bam.
Yeah, so I mean it's progress. All right, so we're not going to train anything for now. We'll wait. So selected items.
Matt says that you can't train skills until you do this first quest, so you should probably go ahead and do that, bro.
Well, I'm learning. I'm learning about the selected item panel. But the selected item panel, guys, it by default it sits above the overview. Well, if you look at different E videos, some people move their windows all over the place. But one of the big things about it is if you hover over each of these icons, they all have a hotkey. I highly suggest memorizing these hotkeys. Approach Q, warp S, orbit W, keep it range E, and then lock if you hold control. If you hold control and click the target, it'll automatically lock. So those hotkeys are really, really, really important to learn, and you'll use them a lot. So let's move on. How to invite objects in space. This is useful because this is how you'll know what's going to be shooting at you. Like it says, the cross is like this here, this NPC. That's what NPCs either like Concord, the police force, which kind of guard you in high sec, or in 0-0 and low sec, or inside the belts. There'll be red crosses, which are the NPCs that you kind of farm for money. So then stations like this, you'll see the square. The square is always located at the center of the ship.
Yep.
All right. Using my warp drive. Agent listings. Oh, sweet. That's actually really cool. I didn't realize like the agent mission thing on the top. That was never there when I was running missions.
Yeah, it's really nice. You can just click on that, and then it warps you. You can either set the destination, or it can like warp you around to complete the mission.
Wow, that is really, really handy. So, I've now learned something new about EVE Online. So
there you go.
Hey, Bulldeath, what's up? Yeah,
it's
so
really
guys,
amazing. Like when you think about it, there's so many things you just have to learn the first time you undock, like all of those symbols and how to like float around and stuff. So
well, yeah, I've been sitting outside the station like 15 minutes now, and we're just like sitting. I'm going over this. There's just so much that comes to this game, like UI wise. So it's telling us we're going to go ahead and go to our next destination. So I believe is going to be here. We're going to our encounter dead space because we're already in Kisogo. Which, by the way, also one of the reasons I decided to start a Caldari character is because I start like 3 jumps away from Jita, which Jita is the main market hub for the game.
Yeah, I said earlier that you have to finish this mission to like start training skills, and I lied because otherwise people making alts would want to kill themselves. Every single time they'd have to make an alt, they'd have to do this first mission. So I was wrong.
Oh. No, yeah. All right, so I see an ibis. I have an ibis next to me. The radial menu. I actually am really bad at using the radial menu. I'm working on getting better at it, but it's a thing. As a newer player coming into it, you should really work on using the radial menu more, because you can actually get to a lot of the actions a lot quicker than you would just using the selected menus and the right-click options.
How do you activate the radial menu?
The way you activate it is you hover your mouse over where you want to click, and then you hold down the left mouse click button. And from there, you can actually go around and use it. And you can actually adjust the sensitivity of it as well by pressing escape and going to general settings and the radial menu delay. So if you make it shorter, then as soon as you left click it pops up, which you don't want to do because you'll mess up some stuff.
Yeah,
unless you rebind it.
I've been playing for 2 years, Laz, and I didn't know that that's how you activated it. It just automatically like popped up sometimes, and I'd be like, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah, it's really good. Like if you're trying to get away from a gang and you're aligning away from them, and instead of like spamming warp, or if you're just getting out of range of them, you can actually use the radial menu to quickly go to a celestial and click that warp button and get out of dodge. Whereas a lot of times you'd have to right click and warp to it, or click it and then go up to your selected items and then warp. It keeps you from having to actually go through the whole like 2 to 3 extra steps, and you can instantly do it and get out.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like Battle was saying, which I was kind of playing around with. If you hold it and then where it says like the warp, here's your warp, and then this is your activate gate. And then it's your keep it range, and then if you look at the center where it says keep it range, as I drag away from it, it increases the range, and as I move closer, it decreases. So that's how you adjust the range you're going to be to something.
Cool.
Yeah. So
it is pretty amazing how you can learn something new. Like even if you've been playing a long time, you still learn like little tidbits.
Yeah, I'm constantly getting yelled at to use my radial menu more. So I'm in the process of trying to learn more and more about it. Erlander, the reason you don't just use the hotkey D is because you can use a set default. You can have a set default orbit distance, but say you don't want to be inside that orbit distance. Say you're coming up against a blaster ship, which is going to be a high DPS close range ship. Then you're not want to get on top of it, because you're just going to DPS you into the ground. You're going to want to use the radial menu to change your orbit distance. Not away from your default. Say your orbit distance 3,000 meters, and you want to go to 11 kilometers or 11,000 meters instead of being right on top of that guy's blasters, because blasters has such a limited amount of range. You can use that range to or you can use the radial menu to quickly change your orbit to stay away from them. Yeah, sorry. I actually can't move that one. All right, so we've boarded our ship. And that's the real big use of it that I've come to is using it to quickly warp to things to get away, and then to change orbits in the middle of fights, is change orbits or keep it range, and then you also can approach, etc. I mean, you have a lot of options here. You also create bookmarks through it. All right, so next. Now we're going to activate the acceleration gate. So using the radial menu, which is wants us to use the radial menu, we'll left click and hold. So find the icon here, guys, which is also here, and you can use the radial menu through the overview as well. So we're holding on the acceleration gate here, or here, and then we're going to the activate gate. This is nerdy and local.
Yeah, I undocked and I'm trying to engage, but I don't have any guns equipped apparently.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Kadari cargo rig. All right, so we're going to approach, like RS telling us, our awesome tour guide. Vindictus, I remember exactly 0 of this training because I haven't done it for so long, and I didn't really pay attention to it when I did do it. So this is a pretty new experience. All right, so you saw me. As you saw me, I reverted back to my old habit of clicking and then going to the selected items menu, but it wants us to use our radial menu. So here, and we can drag and drop it into our cargo. And it has left there and into our cargo now, which also you can go down here to cargo hold and see what's in there. And there's also a loot all button that I didn't use. Oops. All right, so now to get back to the station, we can either use this handy dandy agent missions to dock here, or we can go to here and click your dock button on the overview. And I just click warp instead because I'm bad. Yeah.
So as far as I know, this still isn't part of the new opportunities section. So you still have to like do some stuff, and then you get to opportunities.
I think that's what it feels like, because I was looking at some of the opportunities pictures, and and I noticed that none of the screens so far look anything like the pictures.
Where's this really beautiful opportunities UI?
I mean, soon TM maybe.
Alright, I'm gonna Concord myself.
Oh wow.
I just
okay, guys.
Oh man.
If anyone has any questions about these basic things we're doing so far, or you want me to explain to something further, just ask them. Please, please, please don't hold your questions. Just ask. All right, so we've docked. Learning about rookie ships. Yeah, so rookie ships. This is a rookie ship. Each empire has its own rookie ship, etc., etc. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. All right, and we're going to go to our agents tab, which we're already on. Double click, and we're going to complete mission, and we're going to get our shiny skill book, which is here in the inventory, which is hotkey is Alt C. Boom. So we can go next. So now we're going to learn about skill training. So all you guys yelling at me to train a skill, this is what we had to wait for, guys. This actually probably should be the first training mission, not the whole ship thing.
I agree.
I mean, as in like an experienced player, like new players, I guess wouldn't even really know about it yet. But I mean, I've already lost. Let's see, how long has the stream been running?
You've about 30 minutes since you actually started paying attention.
Yeah, so I mean, we've lost like three skills worth of the stuff.
Yeah, I do think it would be nice if the first thing was just hey, welcome to New Eden. Here's some books. You should inject these. This is how. And then it's while this is happening, you can go and do your ship stuff. So just reverse it a little bit.
There we go.
So I caused a little bit of drama outside the station. I tried to get some PvP to happen, and I turned my safeties off. But I got station gunned pretty hard.
Yeah, Chris, just the people saying that you have to wait until you finish the tutorial stuff to train skills is because they're just trolling. you don't have to wait to train skills. So if you're a new player just starting out, you need to go ahead and start training skills as soon as you log in. CPU management and power grid management are both really important skills, and you can also go ahead and train up your Caldari frigate to the next level to get it to a bigger frigate size. But I personally would start off getting my fitting skills done first, because that's going to allow you to fit more to your ship and have a better fit overall.
Yeah, it's one of the things you always do and Eve, and I see so many new players doing this, is like you get in and the first thing you want to do is fly a bigger ship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you don't realize that, okay, well, you can sit in this Drake, which is awesome, but about the only thing you can do with it is put festival launches on it. So
all right. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Whenever people come into my stream and ask me what they should do first, I tell them, pick a ship that you want to fly that is a frigate, and then train every single skill that has to do with it. And then once you are trained up on that ship, you will basically have all the basic ships or skills you need to get to the next level. If you just focus on, like, say I want to fly an interceptor, so train that skill all the way up so you can fly it really, really well with like at least all level 4s, and then from there move up.
Yeah, because all of those ship fitting and maneuvering skills become extremely valuable, like the more complicated ships you start flying.
I think you're getting in trouble in local chat.
Am I?
So someone's getting in trouble. Oh, yeah. So, oops. Training happens in real time. Yep.
Oh,
so like I said, and Eve Online, guys, training skills do happen while you're offline. It is all passively trained. So if you're logged in or logged off, nothing gets trained faster. Like if in PlanetSide 2, I believe, I don't know if it's still this way or not, but in PlanetSide 2, when it first came out, if you're logged in, you gain cert points quicker than, like, the passive cert points you gain quicker than if you were logged out. But in Eve, everything takes over at the exact same time, logged in or logged out. All right. Your skill book is in the hangar, so we're going to go ahead and train it to level 1. And as I am Kaldari, this is a kind of a big deal because it's shield operation, and I kind of use shields. So as you can see, it put it into my character sheet, which to get to character sheet, you can click your character portrait in the top left, or you can go to the Neocom and go to character sheet, or you can press Alt-A. A few different options. And like you're saying before, that they should really put the skill training stuff as like the first mission. Like, this is 8 minutes, so the amount of time it took us to get through that mission with the getting into our IBIS and going to pick up the contents and then doing the first mission, we could have done like 2 or 3 skills. So yeah. They should really give you some stuff to train to start off with.
That was the one thing I remember, like, when I first got into the client and had everything set up, was like, I was so excited, and I was really digging how complex the game was, and it's so immersive, but, like, you know, it really took like a day or two to kind of get going on the skills enough to where I could, like, kind of start having fun and pew-pewing stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, because we've wasted so much time, and people want to be able to catch up and be effective in these ships that they're just getting into. And that's really a lot of the new players in Eve. Like you said, they want to get into bigger and better ships as quickly as possible, but you have to have that framework of skills to support that.
Yeah. So did you turn in that previous mission?
I did. I am actually going to.
Now you have the skill books.
Yes, I have the first skill book, the very first skill book I have, and we're going to request the new mission. Head to locations based by destroying fuel depot. All right, so it's telling me I can close this, and it's telling me to open my fitting service. The fitting service is this circular here, and it looks like a upside down T in the center of it. What that actually is the icon for a rifter. It is a Minotaur Tech 1 frigate, and it is widely known ship. It's one of the most widely known ships in Eve, representing a lot of the new players who, like, when I started, the Rifter was probably the best Tech 1 frigate. But with the fitting window, which is Alt F, or clicking the fitting icon, we can actually go into our inventory, and we have 2 items here. We have a light electron blaster, which we can drag and drop into the center of the ship, and it will automatically put it into the position that needs to be if there is an open slot. Or you can also just manually drop. And one of the important things is, if you notice the little triple bar symbol and the double bar symbol, that is the position on the ship that it corresponds with. So you have the triple bar, which is high slot, double bar, which is mid slots, and single bar, which is low slots. Low slots are typically going to be damage modules, armor tank, and capacitor modules. There's so many different modules in the game that go in each slot, but typically starting out, those are the modules you want to look out for those. So we're going to fit both those to our ship. Like I said, as you saw, I just dragged and dropped them both onto it. I don't know if you can select both, and yeah, you can. So you can select both and drop at the same time.
Cool.
Yeah, the CFC is all alts. This is actually us creating more alts for the CFC.
It's true.
Is there a way to turn off the rookie tooltips? Actually, I don't know. I don't know if you can, because somehow my UI got reset the other day, and I started getting aura popping up on my 12-year-old character. Like aura was popping up and trying to give me instructions, and I kept clicking the X button, and then every time I log in, it would come back.
Yeah, I got a carrier pilot about a year ago, and it still pops up with the aura tutorials every single time I log in, and I don't know how to turn it off.
Maybe someone in chat will be able to help us out.
I know. We're so bad at this game.
I know, right? All right, so. All right, so we're gonna move on. We have our new items, and we fitted them. And speaking of items and ships, guys, we're actually going to be giving away some new player ships. We're going to be giving away some Tech 1 frigates, some faction frigates at the end of the stream. So we want to give them typically to new players. So all of you EVE vets, if you could refrain from entering the raffle, it would be appreciated. But of course, I can't stop you from doing that. So it is up to you. We will be giving away. We're literally going to be giving away Tech 1 frigates. So it's up to you guys if you really want some Tech 1 rifters and stuff like that. All right, so fitting modules, which we went over that, and one of the things is each module has a amount of fitting that they take up, and you can train skills to lower the amount of fitting they take. And under CPU and power grid, it will show the maximum amount of CPU and then how much you're using, and maximum how much you're using. And then also there's a visual bar that will show that here. CPU is blue, power grid red.
You know, that was another thing that took me like probably a year to learn after I started EVE, was what those bars meant.
Yeah, they just kind of fill up randomly and you don't know what they do.
Like, oh, I guess that's kind of cool.
Oh man, I got a 6-month-old link alt. Does that count? No. How long will the guide be? I'm farther ahead than this. We're gonna do this for a little while, and we're gonna be doing this every Tuesday. Like I'm going to keep this character, and I'm going to keep progressing with it, and we're going to just go through all the NPE stuff, and we're also going to be doing like player classes kind of type things where we'll get people from different parts of the game to come in and actually tell you guys about what they do and how they do it successfully. Like we'll get someone here who does reactions and makes a lot of money on it, and then they can come in and teach you guys how to do that.
Yeah,
just go ahead.
I'll probably make like highlight videos and stuff, and point out like the main things.
Mm-hmm. And there's always the past broadcast, so all these are on Twitch past broadcasts that you can go back and look at later. All right, so we're undocking again. So guys, back up right to our top right here corner, our triple yellow bars or arrows.
So I'm sorry, Zanura, I didn't know that you couldn't engage in PvP in a newbie zone because I tried to engage you in PvP. So I got concorded really hard, and apparently the ISD guy had to come in and yell at local. So that was my fault. I'm sorry.
All right, so we've undocked. We will not be dueling. Guys, if you're a new player and you get offered to duel by another player, always decline it, because that basically means they are able to go ahead and shoot at you.
And the same thing's true, like there used to be in a lot of newbie zones, like all these cans, like outside, like containers, outside the newbie zones. So
I'll get shot up with fireworks.
yeah,
yeah, and like Porkbutt was just saying about the cans. If you want to keep going while I.
Yeah, sorry. So with the cans, they're like yellow. If you open those cans, then you will get a aggression timer, because they don't belong to you, and so whoever has the can has the right to kill you, or you go criminal or something like that. I don't know these high sec rules. It's been so long since I did anything in high sec.
Basically, if you loot someone's can and you take their object out of the can, it flags you as a criminal to just them, because you stole from them.
That's right.
So basically, don't randomly loot cans or wrecks. Actually, no, I don't think wrecks matter. I don't remember. I'll look into that. But I know cans do matter. So if you open a can and take something out of it, you can be shot. And as you guys saw, my skill training is complete, and I have nothing else training already. So what we can actually go ahead and do is we can go ahead and right click and train at level 2, since there's only 38 minutes. And what we can also do is add it to queue. We can add another skill to queue, and then open the training queue. And you can actually make a training queue, which I believe it's unlimited. Yeah, it's unlimited now, I think, or it's like years or something that you can add to it. And you can just literally go through your list of skills and add more and more skills by just dragging and dropping. So we're up to level 4 here, so we could go here and then add level 4 there and level 4, and then click apply. And that way, whenever your skills complete, if you're not logged in, they will automatically start training the next skill, which is pretty important. No, 50 skills. Okay. There's no time limit, but you have a max of 50 skills. So I thank you, chat. Thank you, chat, for educating me. And we'll go to our next mission. So we're going to go to Combat Basics and warp to location. Oh, shit. Okay. It didn't tell me anything about loading ammo, and then the next thing is loading ammo, and I didn't put any ammo in my cargo, but apparently it's just already, they automatically put ammo in the cargo.
Nice. That's helpful.
When did they stop the 24-hour limit? I believe that was like...
That was a couple months ago.
It was that short ago? It was like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe? Yeah, 3 months ago. Yeah, as Critter said, yellow Rex equals bad, white or blue equal good.
Well, so you're doing that. I'm going to be right back, class.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright, so right-clicking and loading, and we're learning about different types of ammo, apparently, according to the tutorial. Oh, the trials of the 24-hour restriction? No, that's not fine. That's fine. 24-hour restriction is not bad, especially for a new pilot, because there's a lot of new skills that they can train. All right, so we're at the acceleration gate. We can use our radial menu to go ahead and activate it. And what I did was I went ahead and right-click and loaded my ammo. And if you hover over the item, it'll actually show you the optimal range, which is, with most weapon systems, you'll want to stay in the optimal range of the gun to get the best damage. And then you have the fall-off range, which is how far the gun is effective. All right, so now we get to blow things up. So using our radial menu, we can go ahead and target it. And typically, things like this you can set up to show on your overview, where you can click there and target them as well. Click next when you've opened fire. Left click. We are completely missing. There it goes. Wow, the tracking on that is pretty bad. But we're also really far out of our optimal. Like, we are almost to our fall off, which is why all those first shots missed. So if you see our optimal range is 600 meters, and if you look at the ammo actually gets a 50% reduced optimal range, and it's really important when you're choosing ammo types to look at the reduced range. A lot of the ammos will have different stats. So Memphis, yes, it does. So if we show info here, yeah, boom, bitch, girl, boom, bitch. The station has gone boom. Under the attributes here, you'll see accuracy fall off is 1,500 meters, and then optimal is 600 meters. So whenever you hover over the module, the fall off range within is the big thing is within. The big word is within. So since it says within 2,100 meters, that is the optimal plus fall off range added together. And so if you're out, the closer you get to that 2,100 meters is the farthest range that you are most likely to get hits. It is still possible to get hits outside of that range, but it's very, very, very unlikely. Okay, so we've blown up, and see, using the heads-up display, which is our shields, armor, and hull. Shields being the first, armor second, hull third. And we can activate our repair module as it uses our capacitor. My info screen is behind the camera. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. I completely screwed that up. But yeah. But basically, optimal range, if you're showing info on the gun with the ammo loaded, optimal range 600, fall off 1,500. So that's where you get the 2,100 from. I apologize. So we're going to approach the gate here. Leave the starter system so we can stream snipe you. Never leaving Kasoko ever.
There's probably like a whole like posse that's just gearing up to like get you lads. FYI.
Wait, what?
So I see you blew some stuff up.
I did. I blew up this station thingy.
Wow.
And we're now
making progress.
Yeah, we're working through it. Learning about shields and armor. Each type of defense module will only meant display. Yeah, basically, all it says is shields will regenerate by themselves over time. Armor and structure can only be repaired by modules. And next, what to shoot at? All right, so now, guys, this next gate, we're going to go ahead and activate it. And through the next gate, we're going to be encountering our first NPC mission rats, which any of the NPCs that you kill are called rats, typically, or I guess mission targets or something.
Do you know why that is, Les?
I have no idea, honestly. It's what I was taught when I started playing the game, that they're always just called rats.
So I think it's like a throwback to like the old like Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gates, like those kind of MMOs, and just the old MUDs. Like everything you ever had to kill in the newbie zone was always like rats, like actual like big rats, and so I think they call them rats because
according to chat, it's because it's short for pirate.
Oh, well, I could do that too.
Yeah,
I think I like my explanation, but I mean.
Alright guys, so we've landed on grid. I'm going to hold down control and left click the target, or you can also hold down the radial menu and target that way. As you saw, I just unlocked it. So we're going to lock it again. And because I know what I'm doing, I'm going to orbit 500 meters. And when you're fighting, you're always going to be moving. You don't want to sit still. A station target is going to have 0 transversal, which is going to make it easier to hit. So with the orbit and the blasters, we're going to keep orbiting up, and we'll go ahead and activate our guns. Because it's the first mission, it seems the rats take it easy on you. A grid? A grid is anything that is currently like around your target. A grid is typically anything that will show up on your overview in your immediate area. I'm sure there's more technical ways to explain that, but I don't know it. But there are ways to manipulate grids to make them shorter view range. All right, so we're killing our second rat. So click next when you've eliminated both enemies. All right, once you've destroyed the ship, your work here is done. So one of the things here with the wrecks, as you see here, we'll look at them. The icon in the center, if you see the triangle that is pointing down, it's empty. That means the wreck is empty. If the triangle pointing down is empty, it is empty. We'll probably kill some rats later where it'll show the triangle completely filled in, and that means there's actually loot in them. So we're done here, and we can go ahead and go back to station.
Woohoo! What's your reward?
What? What's my what?
What's your reward for this mission?
I don't remember actually. I can look because I can go to my agent missions and then go to read details. One small shield booster. So I upgraded from my civilian shield booster to a small shield booster.
Oh, nice. They used to not do that. Everything you got used to be civilian.
Noble death. You can have that, buddy. Yeah. So, wait. What about civilian?
I said everything they used to do was civilian, like when they handed you out rewards and stuff.
Well, when I started playing, you got a civilian fit ibis. Is like your automatic ship that you're given was a civilian ibis with a civilian railgun, a civilian miner, and I think a civilian shield booster. Yeah. When I started playing, that was what you started with. Go there, go have fun. But now, like you get an unfitted ibis to start out with, and they give you modules slowly.
Which makes sense because you have to know what all of those modules are for. Mm-hmm. And if you get it already fit, you don't really know what you're doing with it.
Yeah, it makes sense. All right, so once you've destroyed both ships, your work here is done. We've docked. Replacing your old repair module with a much better one. So, all right, guys, we're going to continue pushing or forcing hotkeys onto you all because I wish people would have forced me to learn hotkeys when I started playing. So we're going to press Alt and F, Alt F to open up our fitting screen, and then we're going to go to our inventory, which is Alt C, which I didn't even know, as you saw me looking it up there. It's Alt C, open inventory, and there's nothing there because we haven't turned in our mission. All right, we're going to complete our mission, and then we can remove one repair module, which is our civilian shield booster, and replace it with the other one. We could actually run them both, but we won't have the capacitor to actually use both. Finding skills. All right. Well, we'll go over that anyways, even though it's queuing, like we were talking about. And basically, with the skills we already had, it finished training, so we went ahead and added a new one, which you can go and add queue. Or if you open up the training queue, you can go through your skills and manually drag them into the training queue and add them. Tonight after the stream, I'll actually go through and sit down and make up a apprehensive training queue that I'm going to put this character on. Like I said, I don't have any missile characters, so I'm going to go mainly focus on just missiles for this character. Contract open? What?
Did you get it?
Bimble sent me a luxury yacht. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, man. All right, do I have a bounty on me now? I do. I got 25 mil bounty on me already. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Awesome.
That's some of that emergent gameplay there.
Contracts are a way to formalize agreements between pilots of the organization. Back contract through the E menu. Oh, hey, we just did that. So, guys, the neocom on the top, the E button, and then business and contracts. And what you can also do if there's something you use a lot, like for myself under social, I use the fleet menu a lot. You can drag it and drop it onto your Neocom, and then it will add that icon to the Neocom. I think you can actually you can also remove ones that you don't use. All right. There's limit outstanding contract one per person. Yep, goes. So until you train up higher contract skills, you can only create one contract per person, but you really don't have to worry about that until later. Don't make sure you always look at the contracts before you accept them. As you saw, you will get blank money. You will get blank items. You can also a lot of times it'll actually change it to be where you will pay X amount of money and you will get some random object. So it is possible to get contract scammed. So you really need to read the fine print to make sure you're not paying a ton of money. And oh my god, I'm getting so many bounties placed on my character.
Is everybody in the rookie system giving you bounties?
It's just people watching stream, assholes. I've got to get I got to get used to that, Andrew. This is like the third time in the stream I've already done that. Actually, let me just move this real quick. Edit. All right, sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna repositioning things so you can actually see what I'm clicking on from now on, instead of blocking it. All right, sweet. Yeah, don't be like Coolwhip, who said he bought one trip for 600 mil, because, like I said, it is very, very easy to get contract scammed in this game.
Well, this is a good time to kind of talk about, because I think that's a really common thing that a newbie will run into. Like, you kind of get your first hauler. I think as one of the, you used to get a hauler in the newbie zone. And so one of the things I tried to do was go to Jita, and I was like, I'm going to haul some contracts for people. But, like, I didn't understand that all the contracts that are public in Jita are pretty much all scam contracts.
Oh, yeah. Well, ever since they overhauled the contract system and they actually moved a lot of the contract stuff to the actual market UI, then most of the contracts, I think, are scams these days. Yeah.
So I didn't have the money for them anyway, so I was just like, hauling's boring. But, yeah. A really common one that newbies will fall into is, like, if you're using the contract market to find something, and you won't notice it because it's really subtle, but sometimes in addition to the ISK you exchange for that thing, there'll also be a plex. And so, like, if you have an extra plex sitting in your hangar in Jita, you will additionally lose that plex and also whatever other ISK was for the contract. So that's called plex scamming, and that was pretty common as well.
I really think that they should move the contracts to, they should teach you about the market before contracts. That way you don't have people going onto the contracts looking to buy stuff instead of the market where they should be buying things. I mean, that's I think that's completely really backwards, because I don't really
use contracts ever. Hardly.
The only time you use contracts right now that I can really think of is for 0-0 alliances. And like there's courier contracts for, like, moving stuff in 0-0, or if you're buying fleet ships off your alliance. I mean, that's the only real thing I can really think that contracts are used for. So, like, buying plex, buying new ships, ammo, modules, all that is done through the market, which the hotkey for that is Alt R. And through the market is where you'll find all that stuff. So please, please, please do not get contract scammed.
Yeah. And just with anything in EVE Online, if it sounds too good to be true or it doesn't quite sound right, it's totally probably not right, and it's okay to use your head and think about it, because I like this aspect of leave, and I think a lot of people don't, but I like the fact that you can mess up and accidentally contract all of your belongings over to somebody with no collateral, and that's a hard lesson to learn, but I like that there's that kind of risk. I think it's a double-edged sword, but I do think that it is dynamic that happens.
Yeah, well, and like Namai was saying, Olarum, like there is uses for contracts, but not as a newer player.
Yeah.
All right, so public contract. So we're just gonna go through all these contracts real quick and get through this part of the tutorial. I think we kind of went over most of the stuff you'll need to know. And just like we said, just be really careful if you do anything with the contract system. And the risk is awesome, Zakaber, but I mean, as a new player, you have to really protect yourself from getting everything stolen immediately and then like getting pissed off and quitting the game.
I mean, one thing though too is most people aren't going to target new players because they don't really have much ISK anyway. But you can collect, a substantial amount of ISK and still not really know your way around the game, and then have somebody, boondoggle you out of all of it.
Yeah. Grimir, is the whole NPC hauler thing, I think that's a little bit ways away. I'm not sure that's going to be something that's going to be happening soon or in the near future, rather.
Yeah. That was a question that asked about something that was talked about in FanFest as like a theoretical thing, right? The NPC haulers supposedly being able to take your stuff from point A to point B.
No, it's like the structures. It's something that's in the works. Yeah. I mean, but it's very bar napkin like math, basically. Let's see. Yes, if anyone offers to double your ISK, do not send them money. That is one of the biggest chat scams. If anyone offers to, hey, send me your money, I will send double back. Do not ever send the money.
Oh.
CC,
I sent this guy 1 ISK, and he sent me 2 ISK back.
Well, CCB Puncturus would just joke around one day before she knew it was a bad idea. she was in Jita and posted in Jita local, if you send me money, I'll double it. And then a bunch of people just started pouring money into her CCP account, and she had to go walk off to internal affairs for CCP. Like, I accidentally did a thing. Can you fix it, please?
So I'm guessing that CCP's internal rules are very strong against scamming.
Oh God! Wait, Aura, where'd Aura go? I clicked done, and then my Aura boxes are gone. I get 500 ISK.
Did you figure? Oh wait, Laz, did you finally figure out how to like magically make Aura disappear?
No, I just clicked the done button and she like vanished. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get our pilot certification documents of this next mission. We have a upgraded shield booster, and we have 300 rounds of antimatter. Let's make sure they didn't magically give us any more modules. They didn't. All right, sweet. So we're going to go ahead and dock. Oh man, someone sent me 25 million ISK. Thanks, buddies. Thank you for the donation, Julie Stevens, for not dueling me. What? I get 25 mil for not dueling someone. I'm gonna not duel more people more often.
Were you around when CCP Falcon was trying to do like the whole I'm gonna start its character fresh and not like do anything, and people were like donating him like plex and all this ISK and stuff on his stream?
Well, that's the intention for this character.
All of it back.
Like that's my like entire intention for this character is to.
Well, I think you should give that back then.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, so guys, this mission, one of the important things about it is it's not in the current system that I'm in. So this system is actually happening in Erlin, which is outside of my system. And if we go to the details here, you can actually see. You actually see the system right here, Erlen, and you can either right-click the system and set destination, or you can go to here under your agent missions and then set destination that way. And it'll actually highlight. It highlights the gate. As you see, the Stargate here went from white to yellow, meaning that is the next system for your autopilot to go to. And you can either use the autopilot button, which it will set you 15 kilometers away from the gate, or you can just right-click and warp to it to 0, or use your radial menu to warp to it to 0. There's also the jump menu. Let me cancel this warp. One of the things here, with it highlighted, you see the jump option, which is D. The jump option is if you have that option selected, it will warp to the gate at 0 and immediately jump as soon as it gets out of that warp. If you press Control Space, the Control Space, which stops your ship, it will actually cancel the jump effect, the jump command, before it issues it when you land. So if you accidentally do click the jump button, it will warp you to the gate and jump immediately. And if you don't want to jump immediately, you just hit Control Space while you're in warp, and it'll cancel it. Oh man, I'm about to get ganked.
Yeah. I think our elite PvP liaison from Karma Fleet, Jay Amazingness, is preparing to gank you.
It's okay. The gate's empty, I think. Maybe it's close. It's like it's gonna be rapier or something. I don't know. If someone loses a rapier to gank me, I'm gonna giggle. I'm like a little schoolgirl.
Oh, you're safe, I think.
No, we're good. We're good.
So yeah, we're talking about ganking and like all this combat, but like all the when the part of space that Laz is in right now, it's very much against the non-consensual PvP. It's called HiSec, and so you can't just like roam around shooting whoever you want. I mean, you can, but the space police will get you pretty quick.
Yeah,
but people still do it, and that's why it's called like suicide ganking, because you're going to lose your ship in the process. But maybe with enough people, you'll be able to take out the dude you're trying to kill.
The overview I have now. How do I get this overview? This is the default overview you get when you like start playing the game.
Yeah, man, he's doing this for real.
Yeah, like I erased all my overview settings and everything.
He actually FCs from this overview too. He just is not going to admit it.
this is my FC overview right here, the standard overview. And guys, from me looting earlier, I didn't click the loot all button, but this is the loot all button where it will automatically put everything into your cargo for later. Oh hey, Glante guy, just Glante Federation. Dude just landed. Are we gonna brawl? No. All right, so now there's more Glante. Maybe. Sorry, there's things happening. Like there's things warping onto grid, and I have no clue what's going on. Follow the steps to guide to where you'll receive your certification item proving you completed this course. Okay. Drop off location. So now I go back to. All right, I don't think anything's happening. I think literally just things warping in. All right, so we're gonna go back here. We're gonna set our destination back to Sogo. And head back. Dagless, yeah, man.
Yeah, I've learned several things on this stream as well.
You kidding me? I've learned like 3 things today. I've been playing for 12 years and I've learned 3 things today. Ah, cruel. You're right. I should have zoomed into the ships.
So I think now is when you get to start your opportunities, because the way the old tutorial system used to work was you got your pilot's certification thing, and then you got to meet all the career agents or something. And a lot of people weren't really doing those, or they would just do like the military agents and that's it. And
Right.
so now I think you'll get to like experience the opportunities. So about an
Son
hour
of a
in,
bitch. Fucking bounties with 175 mil. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get the opportunities, because I want to do a few of those before we call it a night for the new player stream, and then we'll maybe do some regular Eve roaming in a little bit. But I do want to do a few of the opportunities and see what those are like, as those were not even a thought in CCP's mind whenever I was doing this stuff.
Yep.
The opportunities is at the beginning. Normally now you start in Stace. Yeah, when I created this character's entry, I actually. Oh, so. Oh.
no, that doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck? We did this for the opportunities.
I think ISD is trolling you.
No, because someone else said it in chat right above it.
What?
Like Cruel 2K said it, and then Bulldaf said it. This is bullshit.
That's ridiculous. We're so bad at this game.
No, I made this character yesterday. Like, this character brand new, like literally
Maybe
made
it's
yesterday.
based on account.
It's a 50-50 chance of which one you get. Well, because the character you're on is a brand new character too, isn't it, Porkbutt?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get them. So.
Yeah, so basically we're just like really unlucky then if it's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. Why would it be a 50-50 chance? It's just like, I think every new player should have equal opportunity.
Yeah. New player experience is bad, quit Eve. Yep, I'm done. I didn't get the opportunities. I'm done. Stream over. Just done. No.
Well, it is like at this time you start to, kind of wonder like, okay, well, is this all Eve is? It's like one mission agent after another, because a lot of MMOs are like that. You go from one quest giver to another, or one mission person to another, and that's it. So like, yeah, there's other things on top of that, like more complexity, but I mean, this is not the version of Eve that me or Laz play. Like, we don't do missions, and we don't, go to point A to point B. Like, we're off in nullsec doing our own thing. So
Yeah.
this is all really foreign gameplay for our typical gameplay.
I mean, it's an old account, and like Porkbutt says, I don't have any actually fresh accounts. Maybe, like, I don't know if that plays into it or not, but if it's just 50-50 chance, straight 50-50, then we're just unlucky as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Det. No, not typically. We actually just started this today. Today's the very first day of doing Eve Newbie Tuesdays, and what we want to do is basically create a new character, and we're just gonna progress through and show different sides of Eve from a new player perspective. And we were hoping to do the opportunities, but that was not apparently the case.
Nope. We bamboozled that one. Sorry, guys.
I'll make a new character next Tuesday and see if we get the opportunity. I'll just do a bunch of character roles until we get the opportunities for next Tuesday, and then we can show some of the opportunities next Tuesday as well.
And if anybody has ideas for like what kind of newbie activities to do, just let us know. Like, send us a tweet or leave a comment somewhere. We have that article up on TMC right now, and we're gonna also be writing like companion articles each week for different aspects of what newbies can do. So we'll do like a little bit of exploration and industry, and of course we got to do like the ganking catalyst and go hunt things in high sec. But yeah, just let us know if you have ideas.
Yeah, Zralia, that's a good idea. I'll see if maybe they can turn it on. I think I have Rise's email or someone's email that I can get in touch with them. Maybe they can, especially like magic my character where I get the opportunities.
Yeah. Does anybody have like questions? Because I've been playing nearly like not as long as Laz has, but I run Karma Fleet. We have almost 1,000 members. We're out in Nullsec with Goonswarm, and it's quite interesting as far as the newbie experience goes for Nullsec newbies, and compared to other parts of space. So yeah.
Cheetah amazing us. This is expanding to be fleet. But yeah, so like Pork was saying, if you guys have any questions, ask them. And if I don't know the answer, or if Pork doesn't know the answer, then there's people in chat who do different things in EVE than I do. I do a lot of the fleet PvP, and typically things relating to that side of EVE. So I know a lot about that. When it comes to industry and stuff like that, I won't know as much, but I can find the answer for you, or I can get someone to find the answer for you.
Yeah, somebody had a really good idea too, is to do faction warfare, which is actually a great thing for new players to get into, because it gets you a fair amount of ISK, and it gets you some good exposure to PvP.
Oh, according to Boldath, opportunities applies to new accounts, not new characters.
So I thought it might be accounts, because it's an older account that both of us are using.
All right, so next Tuesday, guys, what we'll do is we'll create a new account. I'll throw a plex at it, and we'll do the opportunities next week. That way we can show people who don't want to go through and do that, they'll be able to see it. But yeah, so people are asking about Karma Fleet in chat. So if you wanna talk about that, I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Do it. So yeah, so I think Xanthrive is a CEO of another newbie alliance or corporation, so he might have some stuff to add as well in chat. But Karma Fleet, we started about 3 months ago. I used to be a part of Brave and Brave Newbies, which is still a pretty good place to go if you want like a nullsec newbie experience. I got a little tired of the chaos of it, but there's still a lot of fun. I mean, they blow shit up all the time. But I decided to branch out with Goonswarm and start newbie-friendly corporation in there. And so we live out in Null. We're based in YA0 in Declan, and we travel along with the Goonswarm horde to, pillage the rest of Nullsec. And that's what we're currently doing down in Delve. But, yeah, it's just, I think we just got lucky because of being attached to a really high-profile alliance, and myself being fairly high-profile within Brave. Just kind of took off. But if you have other newbie groups, let us know. I mean, like, the one thing that I want to really be clear is, like, there's no way that BNI or Karma Fleet or any of these groups could actually support all the newbies in game. And I hope that we never could support it, because I hope that there would be so many new players coming into the game that we would need multiple corps to support everybody. If there is only one corp taking up all the new players, then that would be really sad for all of us. So I feel like there's enough to go around. If you have a new corporation or alliance and you do a certain type of gameplay, I think you should really be loud and attract people by bragging about your exploits and getting people as excited about EVE as you possibly can, because that's really where the excitement and action happens, is when you're with your player group, because there's not a lot of things that you can do solo. I mean, there's a ton of things that people do solo, and the great thing about EVE is, like, anything you want to do, you can pretty much do it if you put your mind to it. But there are things that you can't do by yourself and that you really need friends for, and that would be like holding Sov or engaging in really high levels of combat. You really do need a lot of friends, and it makes the game better. I mean, in Goon Swarm, a lot of us play games outside of Eve. There's a big community that exists here that is not just here to fly spaceships, but they're doing all kinds of other games. Like, Laz plays League of Legends sometimes, and H1N1 or H1Z1 or whatever.
Yeah, but I play so many different games.
Yeah, so we're more about community here in Goon Swarm than just about Eve. But
well, I think Eve's more about community. Period.
Eve is, yeah.
If you don't
really
find a
is.
community or a group of players that you enjoy to play Eve with, you won't play Eve for that long. If you find a group that you can integrate with and you enjoy flying with, then your amount of time that you're actually going to play game or play Eve online is going to quadruple, probably, like, at least.
See, when I started playing, like, I had a group of 4 or 5 other people that I played other MMOs with, like WoW and Star Wars and other things, and like I tried to get them into Eve, and I'm the only person that stuck with it and like got into it. So it is hard, but I think one of the great things now with all these social media websites like Reddit, even Twitter, if you do like Tweet Fleet, there's a lot of ways to find out about things that people are doing. And I think CCP is really starting to embrace that as well, and they're really trying to push the player organizations as like a key selling point for the game. Because I think like all of us are what makes it happen. It's no one group. So just get out there and talk to people and, have fun.
Yeah, 7ridden7. What industry activities are there in this game, Laz? There's a lot of different industry activities. You can research BPOs and then use those research BPOs to build different ships, ammos, modules, drones, etc. You can mine. You can do exploration to do like gas cloud harvesting. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can actually do in Eve industry-wise.
So one of the things we're trying to do with industry, specifically in nullsec, is we want to make Declan completely independent of JITA. Like, if somebody were to cut off our access point to JITA, we want to be able to supply Declan with everything it needs. And so we run a buyback program that pays pretty much top price for all of your industry supplies, and you basically sit in our space and make ships, and you get bonuses for making those ships because the space is so highly upgraded. So there's a lot that we try to do, and I think CCP is really on the ball with trying to make it so that industry will be as localized as possible, and it won't just be about importing and exporting. There'll be a lot more that we can do within our own space, and that would be really cool. And then you have something that's more like civilization and empire building, as opposed to just like, moving spaceships around the map.
Yeah, sorry, just reading chat. There's like RTK Budo. I was wanting to get back into Eve and had a friend give me one of those plex cards, and the only thing I knew how to do is the easy fucking autopilot and dock. So come to pick up the plex, try to use it, and said something about needing to be at my home base or something. Back way gangs being out of. Yeah, so RTK Abudo, and anyone actually trying to use plex, don't ever take them out of the station. Always leave them in station, because what you can do is open up your personal assets, which is the hotkey Alt-T, and go to the search, and if you search for the word plex, it'll actually show up in your personal assets, and then you can right-click the plex and apply that plex to your account. So you never need to leave station with the plex. Let's see. Cruel. So if I joined Newbee PvP Corp, am I limited to doing just PvP then? No, you're not limited to doing just PvP. You can still do whatever you feel like in the long run. But joining a PvP Corp is going to allow you to, if they have constant fleets that are going to be up and running, you can join their fleets and go around and actually PvP with them in a fleet environment, and it'll also give you that community that you can kind of integrate with. Like,
a lot of people think that these big groups and their PvP fleets only allow certain types of players to fly along with them. But I mean, in Common Fleet, we're all about newbies, and Goonswarm is really embracing newbies as well. They always have. And so if you're a newbie and all you can fly is like a T1 Rifter, then you just hop in any of our fleets. And with the rare exception of somebody not letting you into a super capital fleet, which is totally understandable. I mean, you're going to be able to go on any strat op anytime, anywhere. So that's I think a really big thing for players to have access to.
Yeah, well, and there's other entities that are not actually nullsec, like RVB, EVE University, stuff like that, who actually run PvP fleets sometimes as well. RVB has a lot of PvP fleets that you could go and join. I mean, there's a lot of places in EVE that are very open to new players, and look. Porkbutt and I are in Goonswarm Federation, and one of the things we do for our new players is basically all of their Tech 1 frigates, we just hand them. Yeah, I mean, we try to do it a lot for our new players.
So there's a lot of opportunities, and I think the key thing is just to get out there and get social, and you know, find a group that you can get down with.
Yeah, it's Zoralia. It is new accounts. Buldoth confirmed earlier that it was only new accounts that are able to do new opportunities. So what we're doing right now is just we're doing some question answering, and we'll do a little bit more of this, and then we'll actually pick up the new player experience stuff next Tuesday for the next Eve Newbee Tuesday, and we'll do the MPE stuff and the opportunities because I'm going to actually open a new account and all that good stuff. Creating more alts. It'll be fun. You know, I've always wanted to play Eve, but I just can't get into it as much as I like Elite Dangerous. Well, so Eve and Elite are similar. Like I keep looking at Elite and almost trying it, but it looks a lot slower than Eve and what I'm used to. But it could be fun. But I think honestly, you just have to kind of give it a shot. And I just like me and Elite, I just kind of have to give it a shot, see if I like it or not. But Eve and Elite are different in the aspect that you use your mouse to control instead of using like a HOTAS and all that fun stuff where you're actually flying your ship. This is kind of like more of like a MOBA where it's ran by mouse clicks and kind of controlling with where you're clicking in space.
So there's a question to you, Laz, about how do you know if a nullsec corp is legit or just trying to scam newbies? You know, there are people out there, and there's people in Goonswarm that you know, do profit quite a bit by the contract scam that I was explaining earlier, where you contract all your assets over, and they promise, okay, we're going to move all your assets out here if you contract us stuff, and you know, once we get everything moved, you can join Corp. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. That first of all, they want all your stuff without a collateral, and that they're only going to invite you to Corp until after they ship everything out. So that's kind of one of those things where you have to just sort of like use your mental capacity and say, okay, well, this sounds a little bit too good to be true. This group is not really trying to recruit me. They're just trying to make money off of me. And for the most part, the goons that do it that I know, that, you know, people do it elsewhere, they don't try to target newbies specifically because there's just not the assets there. But again, it's just something you got to be aware of, and you have to be smart. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And if there's some weird step that they want you to go through that doesn't sound totally secure, you should probably not go through that step.
Yeah, and the biggest point there that Porkbutt just made is most new players don't have enough money to actually be worth scamming. So you're really not going to see people trying to scam you because you don't have 500 mil or the typical amount that people go for.
Yeah, and I think too, if you run a newbie corporation, like, you know, in Karma Fleet, I've banned all scamming, period, just because, you know, it doesn't reflect good on us if we're an organization that is fairly open to newer pilots, and we don't want to scare those pilots off. And so, you know, I've made a choice to just disallow it completely under the Karma Fleet characters. But you know, I think that it is a really good thing to try to be as open as possible with that.
Yeah, like HG Bro just asked, if a noob is interested in getting involved with the game politics, where should he/she start? That's a good question.
That is a really good question.
And, I mean, actually, if Cyan's still hanging out in chat, Cyan would be the perfect person.
Yeah.
Uh,
Paging Scion.
Yeah, I'm messaging Scion right now. He's the main or head Goonswarm Diplo, and he actually gave a talk at FanFest. Let me see if I can find the talk because the talk
Yeah,
was
he
really
was
really
in
good.
chat when we first started. I think one of the things that Goonswarm does that is really interesting is that in order to even be a part of the Corps Diplomatique, which is where all the diplomats are that talk to, the people in other alliances, in order to even join that group, you have to at least be in Goonswarm, I think, a year, maybe 2 years. I don't know what the requirement is, but it's a while. Because when you start dealing with your organization's quote-unquote metagame, then your actions can affect the course of the entire group. And so there's a little bit of trust that has to exist between you and the group if they're going to let you try to make backroom deals and things like that. So it's not something that new players necessarily get into, but that's not to say that EVE isn't the game where new players do have the ability to manipulate their way into stuff. And that's what's really cool about it.
You can tell how much I go to high sec because Avalon just said that you can actually disable the ability to get duels, and I'm now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's I'm actually looking for that option right now.
Hey, do you want to, Sion, now that you're back, do you want to answer this guy's question about getting involved with, like, the meta game as a newbie, or, like, getting involved with the politics? And
actually,
I
can probably just call Sion.
Can do really well. Like,
I'll
if you're a
if...
newbie, you can get in any organization and spy.
I'll try to call Sion in. It's general settings, left column. Auto reject invitation. Oh, dueling. It's underneath the dueling column, guys. Found it. Thanks to Avalon. All right, I'm trying to call Sion and see if he wants to talk about it.
But yeah, I used to train when I was running the Brave spy agency. I used to train people to reroll alts that were noobs and then act like newbies to try to infiltrate other groups like Goonswarm. But it turned out that Goonswarm is actually pretty fun to infiltrate, so rip us.
Yeah, I think Sion is connected now. Hello, Sion.
Hey, Sion.
So would you like to talk a little bit to about how a newer player would try and get his foot into the door for interacting with politics in EVE Online?
All right, 1 second. Let me set up my mic.
All right, so by the way, this is Sion Kumito. He is a member of CSM 10, a member of CSM, or was a member of CSM 9, and he's also the head diplomat for Goonswarm Federation.
Xanthiv, you said that most organizations that accept newbies aren't worth spying on. That's actually not true. With some exception to like PL and some entities out there that you have to have a gazillion skill points to join. There's actually a lot of entities in EVE Online that have a corporation that'll go through newbie recruitment spouts and will have people recruiting newer players. It's kind of cliche, but it is all about who you know.
Okay, can you hear me? Am I still good?
Yep, you can hear you fine.
All right, what was the question? I missed it.
If a noob was interested in getting involved with the game politics, where should he/she start?
The interesting thing really about politics, even as a new player, is you don't really need to understand the game mechanics. You just need to understand people. And as long as you have a good personal skill set, you just find an alliance that suits your play style. If it's, the large blobs, or if it's a high sec group or wormholes or whatever, just find somebody who you enjoy playing with and be like, hey, I want to do politics stuff or diplomacy or whatever. And it's a rare enough skill set that odds are they'll be able to find a place for you as long as they trust you. Of course, convincing people to trust you is the entire point of the whole politics stuff anyway. So if you can't do that, probably shouldn't do it. It's really easy, though. I mean, even as a newbie, all you have to do is understand people. There's no particular barrier to entry.
Yeah, I think you should do like a selfless plug and link your video from FanFest Scion, because it's really good about diplomacy and politics.
Oh, and I'm really against shameless self-promotion. I've done so much of that this week.
But you're a politician.
I'm
not. No, it's neat. It's one of the really cool things about EVE is even as you're just have absolutely no idea what's going on in the game, as long as you can get people and get politics and understand how organizations work, you can still do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And that kind of ties back into what I was saying. You know, every organization that's worth its salt needs newer players. You know, it might not be that they're looking for players with 8,000 skill points. They're looking for players with 30 million skill points instead. But every organization at some point needs to replace the people that they lose or the people that stop logging on or to go other places. And so there's a lot of opportunities for spying Xanthrive. I think that you just have to be creative in coming up with them.
Yeah, they appreciate that, Randus, all the promotion, buddy. But no, like I said, guys, as a new player, the most important thing is to find a community that you like and then look into helping out that community, be it with logistics or be it in the political sense, like a Diplo like Scion. And if you can find a group of people you like legitimately enjoy playing with, then that's when it's going to be worth putting in the actual effort. But I think that kind of covers his question pretty well. And Scion, are you going to share your bacon?
No, dude, I just ate my bacon sandwich. I'm not sharing it with anybody.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry.
By the way, it smelled amazing. Just
Nice.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Scion. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, if we missed any questions, guys, just go ahead and re-ask them. But H2, that link I sent you of Scion talking is a really good link, and you should check it out. Peanut butter jelly bacon. What the? Why would you put peanut butter and jelly with bacon?
I think that's what Elvis used to do. But he put like banana in there too.
Yeah. But yeah, so guys, if you have any questions, guys, we're gonna give it a few more minutes, and then we'll probably wind down for the first EVE Newbie Tuesday. If you guys have any comments or questions about the show, you guys please message the Twitch channel, and that way we can make improvements of what we're doing. And we're hoping to make this a regular Tuesday thing where we'll spend a few hours just doing nothing but new player-based stuff and just teaching different parts of the game.
Yep.
Bex, go ahead. No,
you go ahead.
Well, no, fine. But no, Bex, I didn't say your space. I said in space. There's a lot of easy ways to do industry in space. Period. In high sec, you can do mining. In high sec, you can do all forms of industry. And if even in high sec, you can launch a POS and do reactions. I mean, you can do pretty much all forms of industry in all different parts of EVE, high sec, low sec, and null sec. And I mean, there's obviously more risk when it comes to going into a null sec entity and doing industry there, and then you have to worry about getting to market. But depends on what type of industry you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to build chips and do research and stuff like that, and then sell them in like JITA, and then that's perfectly feasible in high sec.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got really excited about that question earlier, so I kind of hijacked it. But the industry question.
Oh no, go for it. No,
I'm just.
I'm not really part of that, so that must be what you're referring to.
Either. I want to empower all the industrialists in Karma Fleet and Goonstorm that want to, make Declan a self-sustaining region. I find a really worthwhile goal to try to empower them to do that.
Stat, you can always bring the Drake, but if it's one of my fleets, I might kill it before it undocks.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
But no, Bex, I didn't say your space. I said in space. There's a lot of easy ways to do industry in space. I have killed friendlies in my own fleets before. Like interdictors that bubble your entire fleet to catch one guy. I will most likely kill you. So, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, I think there's some cool things coming down the pipe for the new player experience, but unfortunately, we just got unlucky tonight.
Yeah, well, we didn't know like that only new accounts get the MPE stuff. Touche CCP for making me create a new account just so I can stream the MPE stuff. I see what you did there. No, but that's it's okay.
Hey, but if you create a new account, you also get the new like clothing swag that they've released in the last couple of years that you probably don't get now.
Well, I think we also get the new like cerebral implant as well, the training accelerator. So that'll be pretty neat. I can show them that. But
there you go.
So all right, guys, it's 7:50. We're going to actually go ahead and do the giveaways. I actually completely forgot about that. So let's give away some stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first giveaway is we're going to be giving away 10 Tech 1 frigates, guys. 10 Tech 1 frigates. And we're going to be giving two of those packs. And it's basically you get to pick whatever Tech 1 frigate you want, no matter what Tech 1 frigate, as long as it's a Tech 1 frigate. And you'll get 10 of that frigate. And we're going to give away two of those packs, and then we're also going to be giving away 3 faction frigs, three of the Navy faction frigs, like the Navy Comet, the Imperial Navy Slicer, Republic Fleet Firetail, and the Qadar Navy Hookbill. So we're going to be giving away 2 of those ships as well. And like I said, I encourage older players to not enter these because like these ships really aren't worth that much, but for a new player, they're actually some cool stuff that they can get into. But like I said, I can't keep you from entering, and if you do win, you have to be following the channel to win, and you have to mail the Twitch channel your in-game character name on Twitch. So we're gonna get into that giveaway.
So Buttercup asked if older players are allowed to join Karma Fleet. Absolutely. I did a survey about a month ago, and it turns out only about 25% of the players entering Karma Fleet would be what I would consider like new players, which would be players that are less than 6 months. So a lot of players we get are people that are just wanting to experience another type of gameplay, or are wanting to come from similar alliances to other alliances for quote-unquote reasons. But yeah, like, we take players of all types.
Yeah, so like I said, Karma Fleet. There's a lot of 0-0 entities that are very open to recruiting new players, and I know Karma Fleet is probably one of the most open or lax standards, as in no standards, for you to get in.
Shh, don't tell people that.
All right, guys. So if you'd like to enter our newbie player ships or newbie. Oh man, new sub Zentrieve. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for the support. Thank you for looking out for the stream, and I hope you enjoyed our Newbie Tuesday. So if you guys would like to enter for these new player ships, enter newbie into chat, and we'll give this stuff away. Honestly, I don't care if one person or 5 people enter, and I'll give this literally to all this to them. And with as customary with the new subs, we have to make sure you get them TMC TV lick. Give them some lick love, lick love. So guys, like I said, new players, make sure you enter the word newbie into chat. NEWBEE, all lowercase. It is case sensitive, and that will enter you into the giveaway. Like I said, we're giving away some Tech 1 frigate packs. We're giving away some faction frigates, and oh, you're so bad at this, Bork Butt.
I know. I tried to do it.
It's a capital L.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's TMC TV lowercase, then capital L, then ICK lowercase.
Okay.
There we go. Yes, I'm success. Yeah,
so somebody asked earlier what the process was for joining Karma Fleet, and despite what Laz says, there actually is a little bit of a process. It's not long.
I'm an asshole. Sorry.
It's okay. Well, when we first started, we were just kind of blindly accepting everybody, but mainly just due to issues with that. Joined the channel KF_public in game and asked to speak to a recruiter. One of our recruiters is actually in this chat right now. His name is Celeste. But get in there and talk to somebody, and they just want to interview you to make sure that you're a pretty chill person and that you have the right expectations when it comes to joining and flying with a nullsec group. And then after that, it's pretty much So if you're cool with getting blown up all the time, then yes, please come fly with us.
Yep, and like I said, new players, guys, we are giving away some Tech 1 frigate packs. We're giving away some faction frigs, so make sure you enter the giveaways here. You're typing in NEWBEE in chat, all lowercase, and if you win, you have to be following the stream. And if your name does get rolled through the app here, you will need to make sure that you message thematani.com on Twitch. You'll message this account on Twitch with your in-game character name, so we'll know who to send it to. And if you win one of the frigate packs, if you win, you'll need to tell us what ship that you want.
Yeah.
Elise Randolph. What's up, buddy?
Where's Elise?
Habit Gaming. Habit Gaming is Elise Randolph.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I know your secret now, Elise.
Yes. Everyone knows his secret identity. So, guys, like I said, we are giving away some Tech 1 Newbie frigate packs. So, Randus, I gave you a shout out earlier, buddy. Come on, man. But we're gonna give this a few more minutes. They're going to do the rolls. Like I said, guys, we have five giveaways to do. We're giving away five different sets of ships.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So helping out the newbies.
I'm writing this down, Les.
Okay.
So don't worry about it.
All right. Works for me. Damn, I thought Habit Gaming was Taylor Swift.
The really important part is to make sure that you say what kind of ship you want. That's a T1 frigate. Otherwise, Laz will pick for you, and it might be a crucifier.
Whoa! No hate on the crucifier.
That's okay, as long as you use it against Elise Randolph or Blue Magier, that's fine. PL loves E-War. So.
That's true. It's true. All right, so let's see. It is 7:57, guys. We're gonna go ahead and do the first roll. First roll here. EXE Villain, you have won 10 Tech 1 frigates, buddy. You need to type in chat what 10 Tech 1 frigates you would like to have, and then message the chat. Message the chat with what 10 Tech 1 frigates you would like. Congratulations, EXE, and thanks for the sub. Thanks for the sub and the follow, buddy.
That's EXE.
Yeah.
What kind of frigates do you want, buddy? He's having to think really long and hard about this.
Well, there's also like a 20-ish second. Yes,
okay.
10 Tech 1 frigates, actually. 10, man. You can only choose one type, because I'm not going to go through and send you 10 separate frigates.
Yeah.
The hell with you. Choosing curses, they're the dopest. I love you, Elise. Elise is my buddy.
Oh, Kestrels are really good too.
All right, EXE, just message the channel and with what ship you want, buddy. Just message the Twitch channel and we'll check the messages later. All right, guys. So with that, we're gonna roll into the next giveaway right now. Really, Jay's not winning anything.
All Jay, you've been disqualified for being too awesome.
Callisto Bag, you have won, buddy. Callisto, you have won 10 frigates, 10 Tech 1 frigates, buddy. 10 Tech 1 frigates. Jay. Oh, Jay is so upset.
He's gonna AWOX the corp now. Thanks, Laz.
Oh man.
Congrats, Callisto. What kind of frigates do you want, man?
Oh. Jay, I only skipped you because I love you. You know I love you, buddy. You know I love you, buddy. Yeah, Callisto. He needs those rifters. This is Son of Ships.
How long have you been playing, Callisto? Is this another
He said some Kadari. So we're gonna send him some Kadaris. All right, we got you down. So his in-game name, I believe, is Callisto BG.
BG, yeah, I got it.
All right, so Callisto, we got you, buddy. We'll get those ships to you, man. Thanks for following. And with that, we're gonna roll on to the next. Keel will go to the key.
How do you spell it?
KEEWLGHOTI. How do you change your character name in game? You cannot change your character name in game, unfortunately. I believe that might be a feature soon. Through I heard rumors at FanFest that it could be a feature maybe down the road that you can use, that you can pay the in-game cash shop for. Yeah. So Keel, you have won a faction frig, buddy. You can choose between any of the faction navy frigs, which is the Federation Navy Comet for Galente, the Imperial Navy Slicer for Omar, the Republic Fleet Firetail for what did I call it?
Comet. Just say Comet.
Oh, he wants the Omar, so he wants the Slicer. He would like the Slicer.
Okay.
All right, so Keel, I need you to message thematani.com on Twitch with your in-game character now. Yep. So if you message me with your in-game character name, we can make sure that gets contracted out to you. And I appreciate the follow, man. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope you tune in for more of these Newbie Tuesdays. So he does want the Slicer. So we're gonna do another roll here. Another roll. Ahabist has won. You have won another faction frig, buddy. So if you whichever faction frig you'd like I said, you have the Galente, which is the Federation Navy Comet. Amar, you have the Imperial Navy Slicer. Mimitar is the Republic Fleet Firetail, and Kaldari is the Kaldari Navy Hookbill. So any of those frigs, you can choose one, and we'll send that to you. It is for you alone.
Ahabis, can you X out?
He would like a comment. He would like a comment. He is
oh snap!
Spoken. Yeah, slicers are really good. Dagos, thanks for tuning in, buddy, and thanks for the sub. You were one of our new subs today, so I really appreciate the support, man. Yeah. All right, so that's what, 4, or is that? Yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, one more.
Wait, one more, guys, one more. Bex 144, buddy. Bex 144. There we go. You get yourself another faction ship. If you need me to repeat them, let me know. But if not, choose which race you need, and we will get that to you. So Bex 144, buddy. Rigged. Come on. Come on. It's new players, new bros, newbies. You'd like it a Slicer as well. All right, awesome.
Slicer it is.
Awesome. Slicer. So Bex, everyone who won today, make sure you send a message to themontani.com. I'll type it in chat. Yeah, and like I said, all you new players in chat, make sure you ask more questions. we like questions. They're a lot of fun. We like answering. So all you guys, make sure you message me on Twitch with your in-game name. It is thematani.com. Message that account on Twitch, and we will get those ships sent out to you hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. But we will get it taken care of as quickly as possible. And I said, guys, thank you all for tuning in to the very first Eve Newbee Tuesdays. And I think we're going to call it a night there, and we'll see you next Tuesday for the next one. And tomorrow night I will also tomorrow night I might do a 30-minute to an hour stream of roaming. But I will be also doing some stuff tomorrow with my parents that I can't miss. But Thursday we have the normal stream. Thursday will be me roaming, killing stuff, regular PvP. And so if you're a new player, you wanna come watch some mediocre PvP, then you can tune in for that as well. So we're gonna go ahead and close this window out, and we're going to roll the video one more time. Our new Newbee Tuesday intro video, and then we'll see you guys all Thursday.
Woohoo!
And like I said, Pork Butt, thanks for hanging out, man.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.